Well, what is happening, Sonic fans and video game fans alike? Welcome back to the channel. I am Diao, and today we're going to be talking about Sonic the Hedgehog, the live action film based on the video game property of the same name. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is going to be out in theaters in just a matter of days, so I thought let's go back and revisit the original that came out in 2020. So, I'm a big Sonic fan. I played most of his games. I really enjoy most of them. There's like some that's not as great. Like I'm still a huge fan of the Sonic games, and I have watched a good amount of the shows that would come out, like the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, which it is not very good, but I watched that. I watched the anime on 4Kids TV, Sonic X. I watched the English dub version. I know for a lot of people they have problems with the English dub because it was really watered down compared to the Japanese version, which I do agree with that. But that's the English dub was what I grew up on, and I didn't really have a problem with it. I still had fun watching it. But when it comes to them making a movie out of this, I'll admit I I did want a Sonic film, a live action Sonic film, and I know for the property like that, it's probably really difficult to make a Sonic film because there's not a whole lot of story when it comes to those games. It's pretty much Sonic going through some obstacles, stopping Dr. Robotnik, and that's it. But when it comes to like stuff like in the later games and some of the animated shows like Sonic X, they try to put a little bit more story into it. But like I don't know if that would be like the best thing to make a full length film out of. It's no secret that when it comes to video game movie adaptations, a lot of them are not very good. It has the reputation of, most video game movies are not good, and it ranges from the filmmakers making the movies deviate so much from the games that it doesn't feel like the original source material, or there'll be movies that are going so close to the material where general movie going audience or people that have never played the games aren't able to enjoy it. There hasn't been a lot of video game movies that was able to make a good balance between the two, and I was very skeptical of them trying to do that with Sonic. Now, when this movie was coming out, of course, I'm sure a lot of you known about the controversy about the original design they were going to have for Sonic, and it looked horrible. It looked awful. It was hideous. I don't understand what they were trying to do with that original design. Like, did they really think that looked good? Like it barely looked like the original design. And as I said, it doesn't have to be exactly like the games to a T, but it just didn't look good. The design just looked kind of scary. I think it would scare children. So there was such an uproar from that original design. Like a lot of people hate it. There's a lot of people online and talking about how horrible it is. But like surprisingly enough, Paramount, who did the movie, actually listened to the fans and went back and redesigned Sonic. And so the movie got pushed back a little bit longer so they could redo that. Um, that's something that doesn't normally happen in Hollywood. Normally they would stick with their guns with whatever they created, and whatever is released is released. They don't normally listen to fans um backlash like this. But this is one of those instances where I'm actually glad that the studio actually listened to the fans, because if this movie came out with that original design, I don't think it would have done well at all. So they went back and redesigned Sonic, and we saw the trailers for it, and it looked so much better. He looked like Sonic. Now there was some tweaks here and there, like it didn't look exactly like the game. Like he has the blue arms, and like he doesn't have the one eye with the two pupils. He actually has two eyes in this one, but for the most part, he looks like the game. His eyes are big. He looks more cartoony as he should, and he has the gloves as well. So he looked like Sonic. So I didn't mind the little tweaks here and there. I know the purists were kind of upset about the tweaks like that, but I didn't have a problem with it. I have to say, coming out of the theater, I actually was really surprised with this movie. I liked it quite a bit. this is actually a good video game movie. Wow. What I really appreciated about this film, as I alluded to earlier, is that they did find a good balance between, you know, being true to the source material, but still doing their own type of story, and like figuring out a way to make it appeal to everyone, not just the fans. Like I think this is a nice little family film that everyone can enjoy. And I think that's something that people need to keep in mind when watching this movie is that it is geared towards kids. It's not like, it's not trying to be like, for the adults or stuff like that. Because I know, like with later Sonic games, they try to be more adult, which felt kind of weird with like Shadow the Hedgehog and stuff like that. But this one, it is geared towards kids, so there is a lot of lighthearted, family-friendly type of humor and the tone and stuff like that. But it was very charming. This movie is very, very charming. And as far as Sonic himself, voiced by Ben Schwartz, he did a great job voicing Sonic. He pretty much felt like the character. And as far as Sonic himself in the movie, I already said that he looks so much better with this new design. But as far as he's very charismatic, he's very funny. He's very silly, but like not in a way that's annoying. And that was something I was kind of worried about with Sonic in this movie because, like, from the original source material, he is a hothead. He's very pompous, he's very arrogant, and he tells a whole bunch of really bad, corny jokes. And something like that could come off really annoying real fast. But in this movie, he did still have that type of stuff, but he still came off endearing and he was really likable. And what they really nailed with this character is, actually feeling for him in his sadder moments, because like in the beginning of the movie they established that he had to leave his home, um and go to the real world, and he's by himself. They really captured the sense of loneliness, that he wants friends, that really helped me to like really be invested in this character. The CGI character, that's also another thing I appreciated, that he was the main focus of the movie. Like with other, live action, cartoon movies, they always tend to have the humans be the main focus instead of the actual like cartoon characters we came to see, like Alvin and the Chipmunks, Smurfs, Transformers. But in this movie, yes, the human characters were there, which we'll talk about the human characters in a second. But like Sonic, you knew he was the main focus of the movie. He got the most development throughout this film. He had a really good amount of screen time as well. And I really, really appreciated that. Now, let's talk about, of course, we need to talk about Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik. I'm already a Jim Carrey fan, so I was really interested to see how he would do as Dr. Robotnik. And man, does he chew up the scenery. He is so good as Dr. Robotnik. He's taken me back to his performances like in The Mask and The Riddler and I guess for people, Ace Ventura, even though I'm not like really a huge fan of Ace Ventura, but it did remind me of stuff like that. And even like I'll put it in Kick Ass 2 because I really liked his performance in Kick Ass 2 as well. But like it really brought me back to those type of performances with Jim Carrey. He was having fun again. And like with this character, he really made it his own, but still kept the essence of what Dr. Robotnik was. You could tell there's a whole lot of times where, you feel like he's doing improv, but 9 times out of 10, it worked in this movie. He is literally chewing up scenery. He is a mustache twirling villain, no pun intended. But yeah, he definitely was probably the highlight of this movie. And like, with a character like Dr. Robotnik, it could have went downhill so quick, but he made it work and he was so entertaining to watch. And yes, he didn't look exactly like the Robotnik from the video games, but there's an arc with his character throughout the movie where he will eventually turn into the Dr. Robotnik we know. If you guys see the trailers, you guys know they tease that. And also, towards the end they tease him becoming more of the Robotnik we know. So his design throughout the movie, it didn't bother me. Like he still resembled Robotnik enough, and his overall tech stuff I thought was really cool with the egg drones and stuff like that. Looked exactly from the games, and the hovercraft that he rides in the movie looked it was really cool. I even liked his assistant, Agent Stone. I thought they worked off each other really, really well. I didn't really expect that, but like they did have really good chemistry together. And speaking of good chemistry, James Marsden as Tom. I thought he was pretty good in the movie. I thought he was criminally wasted and underutilized as Cyclops in the X-Men films. Um, and I do think he's a good actor. I just feel like the material that he's given like doesn't do him justice. And there's other live action cartoon films that he's done in the past where he wasn't very good in those either. It's really funny how many times he does these type of movies, and now he's in Sonic. Like it seems like he's picking these projects over and over again. But in this one, it actually worked for him. Um, I actually thought he complimented Sonic really, really well. He didn't take over the movie like I said with other you know films that does this type of stuff. Like they would make him the main focus instead of the actual cartoon main character. He actually didn't overshadow Sonic, and I really appreciated that. And I really liked the friendship that he developed with Sonic throughout the movie. You actually bought it. They actually took their time to like actually develop that, and you're actually invested in their journey. I also liked Maddie in the movie, who plays his wife, played by Tika Sumpter. I think that's her name. I really liked her too. She didn't have as much to do as Tom, but she still was a good addition as far as human characters, and she also had good chemistry with James Marsden in the movie. There were some really cute scenes between the two. The only character that I didn't like was Rachel, who was Maddie's sister. She was probably the only human character I didn't care for at all. She was just another loud black woman stereotype in the movie, and I really could have done without her. I'm glad she's not in the movie that much, but when she's on screen, I just really found her annoying. But other than that, I actually thought most of the human characters were done pretty good. I thought the action sequences in the movie were really entertaining. The highway chase with Sonic and Tom running away from Robotnik's drones, I thought was really good. I also like the chase with Sonic and Robotnik throughout the world when Sonic's using the magic rings as well. Thought that was very entertaining. I really liked the effects that they gave to Sonic. Like it was really, really cool. There were some nice fan servicey moments for people that played the game. There's some nice Easter eggs here and there. I think that people will appreciate. There's some surprise appearances from other characters from the video games that appear in this movie as well. Um, the movie's not perfect. There are problems with it. As I said, it does go through the cliche family friendly kitty type humor here and there. So for people that don't really like that type of humor, as I said, this is geared more towards kids. So adults here and there may not like some stuff here and there, but it wasn't like bad. But yeah, there's those pop culture references, as I said earlier, that I didn't feel was necessary. Sonic really likes to spew out some pop culture references in the movie. He does the floss dance in the film, and like he did it twice. Twice. That's something I didn't really need to see. There are a couple of scenes where Robotnik, even though I thought most of his improving was pretty good, there's a couple of stuff that felt a little bit forced or a little bit out of nowhere. There'll be like silly things like Sonic disguising himself in human clothing, and then like regular people look at him and think that he's a kid when he's clearly not. He's a cartoon hedgehog with big round eyes, and you think he looks like a kid, or you think that he's in a costume. Okay, sure. And they put fart jokes in the movie. Like I don't think farting is funny. I don't understand why Hollywood feels the need to put in fart jokes and jokes and toilet humor. I just don't feel like it's necessary. But there's a couple of it in here. There's only like one maybe fart joke, but they didn't need it. And Finally, let's talk about product placement. I'm normally a person that doesn't care about product placement in movies, but in this case, I feel like it's one of those things that it feel like it was, shoehorned in your face, and they do that with Olive Garden. And I don't like Olive Garden. I'm not an Olive Garden person, so did not appreciate that product placement in the movie. But you gotta pay for the film somehow, so you gotta do what you gotta do. But overall, I thought this was a good movie. This was a good video game movie. I think this is one of the few films that actually broke the video game movie curse. I give credit to Detective Pikachu. I thought that was pretty solid. And Angry Birds 2. Angry Birds 2 I didn't expect to like because I did not like the first one at all. But that was pretty solid. And I personally liked Mortal Kombat 2021. I know for a good amount of Mortal Kombat fans, they felt let down by the movie, which I mean I get, but for me, I had a good time with it. But even I'll admit it didn't really do much to move the needle as far as video game movies. But this I feel like it's the I think it's the most coherent video game movie we've gotten. It feels the most focused to me, and it's not just because I have a bias for Sonic, but it's just that I do think as far as the directing, as far as the story, as far as the performances, and as far as them, making a product that can appeal not only to video game fans, but movie going audience in general, I thought it did the best job. And I feel like other video game movies can take notes from this, of what to do and what not to do. So I was really happy with this movie overall. So I say that Sonic the Hedgehog is pretty good. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Sonic the Hedgehog. What did you guys think about the movie? Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys think it was okay? Comment your thoughts down below and let me know. I am really excited to see Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It is going to be in theaters really, really soon. Tune in for that review when it comes out. But if you guys enjoyed this review, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I want to thank you guys for helping me hit 400 subscribers. Let's get to 500. But yeah, please subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to be notified on future videos I'll be doing, please hit the bell as well. But that's all I have for you Sonic fans, and I will see you guys in the next one. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.